Hey guys, just want to do a quick introduction to our STOL series here that we're going to be running. Trying to talk about how to get into short takeoff and landing and flying to a much more precise level. We've just got some footage here just going to be running in the background as I kind of talk and talk about taking off and landing short. Really the first thing that we need to be doing. Everybody sees all these guys. I was at Oshkosh and got to listen to Mark Patey and the CEC talk about getting into STOL, and they jumped really deep into getting into STOL. And the assumption that they made, and I just want to emphasize that this is kind of the level that they're talking about, is that you understand how to fly the aircraft to the performance that your aircraft says it can be performed to. So the first thing to do if you're wanting to get into short takeoff and landing and kind of the more extreme end of backcountry flying, I say the more extreme because there are plenty of backcountry runways that have plenty of challenge to get that are very exciting and fun to fly into, that you don't have to land shorter than the book says your aircraft can perform. There are plenty of several thousand foot long backcountry runways that you can accomplish this in and really start to break out and to enjoy backcountry and off-airport flying. So really, it comes down to, can you fly your aircraft to the numbers that the book states? So when I say fly the numbers, and I mean, like a very common Cessna approach speed is 65 knots. Can you hold 65 knots all the way down the approach path and land on the spot you're intending to land on? If you can do that, that really is the step one of getting into a lot greater and deeper performance with your aircraft. First, you have to be able to understand what the aircraft can perform at, what you can do with your aircraft as well. So as we get into the series, I'll be breaking it down step by step on how to take your aircraft and safely start to define the numbers. A little bit of background on myself. I come from competition long-range shooting, where every day we logged our shots. Every shot was logged. We logged how long, how tight our group was, what were the wind conditions, what were the temperatures. And my approach to backcountry flying is a little bit, and STOL flying is very similar to this, as I try to log my flights. What was my weight and balance? What was my center of gravity on this day? What was the density altitude? What were the runway lengths I was flying in and out of? What were my takeoff and landing distances? How was I performing as a pilot? How did I feel as a pilot? Did I feel on the top of my game, or was I slightly off? Just by documenting and starting to track your performance is one of the best ways to start to understand how you fly in general. Throw a GoPro in the cockpit and watch your approach speed. Does it vary at all on approach? Are you able to fly the designated approach speed? Are you hitting your spot? And by hitting my spot, I don't mean plus or minus, the commercial 100 foot, right? So commercial standards are, minus 0 plus 100 feet. If you can't do that, you're not at commercial standards. Private pilot is 0 plus 200 feet, right? So start there. Are you flying the standards that you should be able to fly as a licensed pilot? And then progress with those standards. It's the greatest and simplest benchmark. You're not going to be doing anything outside the operating envelope of the aircraft in doing this. It's very safe to do this. It's very efficient to do this. You can practice it in any airplane you're flying. It doesn't have to be some super duper backcountry airplane. Literally any airplane you fly, you can practice your precision flying. And that's really all we're talking about with short takeoff and landing, is then we're taking that precision and we're working to find where the limits of ourselves and the aircraft are. So I hope you guys enjoy the series. I'm going to be trying to do a couple of these. So that's the introduction. Anyways, we'll catch you guys later.